So we're back with another Mautic training. This time I'm going to talk about segments, and we're going to take that contact us form that we had and we're going to add it to a segment so we have the ability to follow the next steps. I think it's important to actually do your email from here because we're going to use a technique called a honeypot to vet your form for invalid entries that were entered by a script or by a bot. So people will write scripts that'll just go in and fill out the form. What a honeypot is, in its simplest form, is just an input field that if it's filled out, you know that it was done by a script because we're going to make it invisible to our human users. And so if there's something in that spot, you know for sure that you can't send email to it because there's a good chance it's either a fake email or that it's just completely invalid. And so the best thing you can do with an email that comes from a script or a bot is to just delete it because you don't want to have those people in your list anyways, because they're essentially just spammers. Probably the message will even be something that's like, click on my Viagra link down below, like just that kind of stuff. So we're going to go back to forms. And so you see I've got 2 results currently in the form. That's because I was testing some other things before I made this video. So if you clicked here, this is where you'd find the results if you're saving your form results. And so I'm just going to go back out. And here's our contact form. We've currently got these 3 fields. And I'm going to end up adding 2 more fields after I create the custom field we need for our contact. So to create the custom field, we're going to go to the gear up in the upper right, and we're going to choose custom fields. I'm going to add a new one, and I'm going to call it Honeypot. I've already used that before, so there we go. You can choose the order, I guess. I never have changed this. I normally click not visible on forms. I never make it required. I always leave this available for segments, and that's because we need the segment to be able to run the campaign. Well, I guess we don't need it, but this is the way I like to run the campaign. So once this is in place, I click apply, and then I hit save and close. And we now have a honeypot. So we're going to go back to the form. We're going to click on the form. We're going to click edit. We're going to go to fields. And we're going to add a new text field. We're going to label it email to. I'm not going to put a placeholder in, but you could if you want. If I could type, this would even say what I wanted it to. I'm not going to show the label. This is now going to go in the honeypot position. I don't want it to be required. And then I'm going to add. Now, and then I'm going to move it up. There's no real reason to move it up other than I like them to be in an order that makes sense to me. So if we click save and close and we go to our contact us page and we refresh, you'll notice there's now a confirm your email field, and we don't want that to be true if this is going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Mautic, and we're going to put in a little bit of custom HTML, and I'll show you how to do that in the field. And then I'll show you where all this data is saved in your form, because it was asked in a previous video, and I think it's important that I actually show it because I should have shown it then. So we're going to go back to edit. We're going to go to fields. We're going to add one more, and this is going to be an HTML area. And so I say, don't show the header. Oh, I'll give this a header. Normally it'll be like honey HTML is what I'll call it. And I won't show the header. I'm going to add, and then I'm going to re-edit it. So I'm going to move this up just because I want it to be right below the honeypot. And I'm going to edit this. And so we need to give this style tags. And we're going to put in some CSS here. So the CSS we need is going to be easiest if we go get it. What it looks like is ID, Mautic form, label. I'm going to make this lowercase because I think it might actually literally be label. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually go get these out of your WordPress form. And then the name of the field, whatever that happens to be. And then we're going to go, and I tend to format it like this because I like it formatted like this, but you don't have to. And then we're just going to make display none. And then we're going to do that for the label on the Honeypot input field and for the input field itself for the actual thing. So there's going to be 3 of these, and so I'm just going to click update now, and I'm going to go back to the WordPress. And I think the easiest way to do this is to inspect. And that gets you the ID. Then you're going to copy this. Gives you basically everything you need to know. And then you can just go back to Mautic. Reopen. And then I can just paste in what I need. So I'm going to go dunk. So that's the input. There's the label. It's already not displayed. The last one, I believe I hid the label on the actual HTML also. I'll leave this one off and see what it looks like. I know I did 3 previously. Maybe Mautic's managing this better than I thought, so I'm going to say apply, save and close. I'm going to go back to WordPress here. I'm going to refresh. And I have now got this right here, which is incorrect. So I'm just going to go back and see what I did wrong. So just go back in, we'll edit again. here's my oops there. This doesn't say style. Let's apply, save and close. See, anybody can make these mistakes. That will teach me for typing it live instead of copy pasting it. And so now we refresh, and we've got this form together, so I can close this. And so that hidden form won't get filled out by a human, obviously, but it would get filled out by a bot. So I'm just going to put in some information here. So just toss in kevin.rundle@crushitdigital.com, and I'll paste in some text, and we will send. And that has been submitted, and it won't have gotten the honeypot filled because I'm a human and I don't submit it. Now, if you had a bot or a script, it would see that next field and it would fill it out anyways. And so at that point, you have the option to do what we're going to do next. So we're going to go back to editing this. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to actions. But before that, I need a segment. We know this segment is for the contact us form, so I'm going to call it emailed from contact us form. Then I'm going to apply. I'm going to save and close. I'm going to go back to forms, contact us form, edit, actions. And in here, I'm going to modify the contacts segments. I'm going to go with contact message confirmation because that's what I want it to be in the long run. I'm going to say emailed from contact us. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to verify that it didn't hit the honeypot. So I'm going to put this back up here. Now we're going to go to campaigns. I'm going to create a new one. And I'm going to call this send confirmation to contact us, even though what we're really doing right now is validating that it wasn't from a script or a bot. Apply. And I'm going to say yes to allow contacts to restart the campaign. Mostly doesn't matter. So if you've been using a campaign form, I could just use that. But I'm going to use emailed from contact us because we know that all the people who are in that segment have emailed from this form. And then I'm going to go with condition. I'm going to go contact field value. And I'm going to choose honeypot. And I want to choose empty. And I'm going to name this I'm going to name it submitted by human. So as long as the honeypot is empty, it was submitted by a human. And the reason I think of it that way, so then we have a positive and the negative. So if it's not empty, we're going to go this way. I'm going to go action. And I'm going to say delete contact. I'm going to call it submitted by script or bot. So in the next video, I'm going to go about actually showing you how to create that confirmation email and send it from here. So I'm going to click apply. I'm going to click close builder. I'm going to click apply. I'm going to click published, yes. I'm going to click apply. Which is fine. And so now this one will. So we're going to create a phony contact. New. And he's going to be from totally fake, not a real address, this fakely fake Fakerson. And I'm going to just put the same thing in Honeypot because that's probably what the script would do. And then I'm going to save and close. And we're going to take Mr. Fakely Fakerson, and we're going to add him to the segment manually. So I'm going to go to contacts, choose him. I'm going to change segments. I'm going to add him to this segment. I'm going to save. And then we're going to have to wait for the cron jobs to actually run to see this happen. So I'm going to make that magically happen right now. And now that the cron jobs have run, this has run through. If I refresh this, you'll see Fakey Fakerson has gone away. And that's because he went through the campaign, they discovered that it was a script or a bot, and it deleted it automatically. So that's a nice way to prevent it from actually creating, from you getting spammed through here. Now, the one last thing is, I don't believe that they automatically get deleted from the form. And so I'll have to actually cheat this somehow. Yeah, so if I click here, you've got these submitted. I actually submitted this once to make sure that it worked before I deleted everything and I redid this video. So as you can see, here's where that data is saved. So you can always go in here and see what message has been sent, even if you don't receive it to your email. In the next video, I'm going to be actually creating that confirmation email template and setting it into our campaign. So please come back in the next 24 hours and see that. I would love to know what you thought in the comments below. I'd love to know whether you thought I got it right or wrong or indifferent, honestly. And so please, again, let me know in the comments below. And if you found this useful, subscribe. There's going to be a whole series of these. And if you could, I would love for you to just let me continue to show you all this great stuff. Love y'all. Come back tomorrow. See you then.